starts right now.
Many of you around San Antonio have told us you're worried about stray and aggressive dogs in your neighborhood.
So this right here is an interactive map on the city's website. And just take a notice. You see all of those red dots right there? They represent all of the animal complaints that Animal Care Services is still investigating.
And as you can see, there's a lot of red on this. Tonight, one neighborhood still waiting for its solution to its stray dog situation. People living in the Harlandale-McCollum area say a pack of dogs has run around their homes for weeks.
And as they tell the night team's John Paul Barajas, something needs to be done.
They've been found in front yards and running down the streets. And this pack of 10 to 15 dogs is raising concerns among neighbors in the Harlandale-McCollum area.
What if I decide to take a walk? What then? And they show up. What am I supposed to run? I can't run.
Neighbors say the dogs have been an issue for nearly 2 months, blamed for the deaths of multiple cats, including these two belonging to a neighbor who didn't want to show her face.
I'm scared that I'm going to get up in the morning and find another pet dead. It's heartbreaking, really. I don't know what, like I said, I don't know what to do.
Those who live here say they feel bad for the dogs, but fear what could happen if they're not caught.
When I saw how big that pack was, I started thinking about, they're right here by this elementary school. There's kids around playing outside.
Neighbors have called Animal Care Services, but an ACS spokeswoman told KSAT its crews found nothing and the case is closed. We asked District 3 Councilwoman Phyllis Villagran about ACS closing cases if nothing is found.
It looks like they never went out there, and we need something better to track it. So hopefully we can address that on the administrative side.
The issue has led the councilwoman to get involved within the last month. Her office found the dogs are typically out overnight and into the early morning hours, a time when Villagran's office says ACS has one crew patrolling the entire city.
And they're trying to work with us to set up a time of okay, this is going to be the ideal time we can get that third shift out there to look.
We asked ACS about its shifts. Its spokeswoman says, quote, schedules are different from day to day. A few hours later, she followed up noting ACS has, quote, 6 teams of officers for 24/7 coverage, 365 days a year.
They need to be caught. They could hurt a person easy, especially the elderly, and there's plenty of elderly over here on this side of town.
Now, in situations like this, ACS says it's important to be persistent in calling ACS or 311 and give as much information as possible. They also sent us this statement saying, quote, one of the key pieces is owners allowing their animals to roam or not being mindful of where their animals are. This may very likely be a female in heat that multiple males are following, end quote. We'll continue to check back with neighbors, the councilwoman, and ACS to see if the pack of dogs is found. Steve, Stefania.
Thank you, John Paul. It's been a beloved building for nearly 130 years. Maybe you've been there. This week, the historic VFW Post 76 was vandalized for some reason. Drone 12 capturing the aftermath earlier today. It shows graffiti spray painted on the roof and side paneling of the Petty House also graffitied. That's along the museum reach on the San Antonio River, in case you've never been here. VFW Post 76, the oldest VFW post in Texas. In a Facebook post, the VFW says it plans to paint over the graffiti, but its commander is troubled that someone would target their organization.
And to see somebody come and do that, it's disheartening. It's unfortunate that somebody would do something like that to this building where we focus on giving back to the community. Looking at the video footage earlier today, it looks like two individuals were on our property around 11 o'clock at night on Monday.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense why somebody would do that. Here's a look at that security video he was talking about. You can see people riding on their skateboards around the house at that same time. Here's another video from a security camera. Now, the reason we're blurring the faces of these people in these videos out is because police haven't confirmed them as suspects, nor have they been charged with the crime. If they are, we'll definitely take the blurring off.
Well, the San Antonio Police Department says that one of its officers, this man right here, was arrested for DWI. That officer is Damian Segovia. The University of Texas at San Antonio Police arrested him just after 3 o'clock this morning. Segovia was off duty at the time. Now he's on administrative leave, and the police at UTSA are handling that criminal investigation. So it's been just over a week since President Joe Biden's executive order on immigration went into effect, and that order cracks down on the number of people seeking asylum into the U.S.
Yeah, and tonight people in border towns like Eagle Pass tell our Zaria Oates the new order hasn't addressed one of their main concerns when it comes to immigration.
This is Shelby Park. It's a park that the Texas National Guard says is open to the public. However, the people of Eagle Pass tell me that they don't feel like it's a public park since the National Guard came in and since President Joe Biden signed his recent executive order. President Biden's executive order limits immigration once the average number of migrant crossings reaches a certain threshold. Everybody we spoke with likes the proclamation goal of safety and security, but tonight, several people are unhappy with either the executive order itself or the timeline of it being signed.
Maybe certain things will bring us business, maybe certain things will bring us safety, but really it's not doing anything for us except putting us against each other about what is valuable for this community versus what is not.
Well, he just put that just because it's election time. That's about it. I mean, why didn't he do this a year ago, 2 years ago?
We have more from what the people of Eagle Pass are saying they feel about their access to this park on KSAT.com. In Eagle Pass, Zaria Oates, KSAT 12 News.
Switching gears now, the abortion pill mifepristone is going to continue to be available. The U.S. Supreme Court ruled today that a group of doctors didn't have the legal standing to challenge the Food and Drug Administration's regulation of that drug. So what happens now? Well, you can continue to get the pill through the mail without having to see your doctor in person. That drug terminates pregnancies through the 10th week. Today's ruling, by the way, is the first major reproductive rights move since Roe v. Wade was overturned back in 2022.
We know that this man will go on trial next month. Giovanni Pascal is actually charged with murder for allegedly shooting his girlfriend in a gas station parking lot last year. According to arrest paperwork, the victim, Deanna Mason, shot in the head and chest. Pascal's trial will begin on July 12th. Some good news to report. We are happy to say that Kayla Oyavides has been found and she is safe. That's according to the Bexar County Sheriff's Office. That 16-year-old had been missing for more than a week. We're told she is doing well tonight. Tomorrow, Blood Donor Day, and the South Texas Blood and Tissue Center is low on blood supplies. Donations down about 25% for the year. Your donation could put a big dent in that problem. Also, if you donate tomorrow and the rest of this month, the South Texas Blood and Tissue Center will give you 500 points. That's worth $50 at the center's online store. To schedule an appointment to donate, look for this story on our website, KSAT.com.
This one hurts for a lot of us musicians and, of course, fans. Tejano music would not have been what it is, especially in the mid to early 90s, had it not been for Johnny Canales.
It's a sad day for music fans everywhere. Tejano music legend Johnny Canales passed away today at the age of 77. Now, it comes just days after he announced that he had been dealing with health problems. Canales is a popular figure here in San Antonio and across South Texas. He was known for the Johnny Canales Show, which launched the careers of many Tejano music artists like Selena. People who worked with Johnny and knew him have fond memories of him and also the person that he was.
I think we're meant to be here to make an impact and to help each other, right? To lift each other. And I know no doubt that Johnny did that. He did God's work while he was here. His presence is going to be missed, but his impact is going to live on forever for sure.
And his impact reaches, really, it's not just music. He was a legend, but he was also a husband, a father. You can read more about Johnny's life and his legacy right now on KSAT.com.
You know, part of what makes San Antonio so beautiful and diverse, all of the different artwork you can see around the city. Next on the Nightbeat, we're going to introduce you to a local artist who is documenting their life through their work. We're going to tell you about her very personal exhibit next.
1 in 10 adults over the age of 65 are expected to experience elder abuse each year. That's why we held a KSAT community town hall to talk about this. I'm Avery Everett with KSAT 12 News, and here are our top 5 takeaways from that town hall. 1. Bexar County leads the state of Texas for validated cases of elder abuse. 2. Elder abuse comes in so many forms like physical, financial, emotional, and self-neglect. 3. Most reports of elder abuse come from family and friends of an older adult. That's why you need to be on the lookout and know the warning signs. Now, speaking of those warning signs, number 4, elder abuse can be hard to detect, but look for routine distractions. If an older adult starts sticking to themselves and starts isolating, it's time to start asking questions. And 5, when we talk about financial scams, constantly be skeptical. To avoid scams, have a person you can check in with before making big financial decisions. And if you do get a suspicious phone call or email, end it and contact your bank directly from a safe line. We sat down with experts for a 30-minute conversation. To see that full story, head on over to KSAT.com.
I need you to think about this. When you go to a restaurant, how often do you look at its food inspection score? Now, it's something that we do weekly for Behind the Kitchen Door, our segment here at KSAT. You know, that score is so that you can see how clean a restaurant is. In San Antonio, inspectors check restaurants at least twice a year. They score them on things like food temperature, hand washing, cleaning, and then they give them a number. But if you've noticed, some restaurants post letter scores like that one. So Metro Health wants you to know this.
You can also have a few critical violations that might greatly increase risk of illness and still be able to get an A placard. So I always say use the placards as a rule of thumb.
Okay, so if you're at a restaurant and you see something questionable, you can call 311, file a complaint. You can also submit it online at sanantonio.gov. They keep your information confidential, and then they email you the results of that investigation.
She calls herself a queer artist, but she's also very clear her art is for everybody. Anel Flora's newest exhibit is called I Am Home. It largely chronicles the journey to discovering who she really is. The beautiful and the painful, all on display.
This is hard to even say on recording, but at 6 years old, I was sexually abused. And so, you know, it marks a time of my life where I kind of voided out a few years, I think. I just kind of like, something went away. I think I lost my childhood, you know? And so this whole section here is very much about, you know, really just telling my story, but as my graphic memoir. And so that video is from 0 to 6, where I felt like that's where my childhood was in that moment. And it's my grandmother that's also there, I talked about. Yeah.
It's very, I mean, you are, I have the word brave in my head, that you would confront some of these things, and not only confront them, but put them out there for others to see.
Yeah.
Is it cathartic in some ways?
Yeah, it is. It's extremely cathartic. It's extremely, I don't know if it's scary. It's just, you know, when you're just like standing on the edge of a cliff and you're like, I'm not falling, but I could fall. You know, that kind of like very interesting feeling, but it's also extraordinary to have that view.
Yeah.
To know that I have control over this fragile space.
Anel Flores takes me through their exhibit on display right now at the Mexican Cultural Institute. It will be on display through June 27th. Our entire conversation, the latest episode of Spriester Sessions on KSAT.com. She is so interesting and honest to talk about. She talks about growing up in the Valley, how some stereotypes are true, but lies about the LGBTQ plus community are a different thing. Anel Flores, the latest Spriester Session.
Wow, that was really good. I want to meet her after seeing that.
She's a blast.
Yeah, she
she's
seems
funny.
like it.
She's insightful.
I like what she said.
I enjoyed our conversation.
Okay, have you met Mike, the mascot, yet? Well, would you like to give him some color, maybe?
Yeah, he's the official mascot of KSAT 12 in whatever color he comes in. And we want you to take him around town. Sort of.
Okay, so here's how it works. You scan that QR code and it'll lead you to a picture of Mike that you can print out and you can color it. And then we want you to share your pictures of your artwork on KSAT Connect.
Yeah, take photos with him in your neighborhood while you're on vacation, even if you're just sitting at home.
Which many people are probably having to do during the day because it's hot. By the way, our friend Mike, he should get hazard pay if he's out there in this heat during the day because ay, caliente.
Yes. Then it'd be literally a hot mic.
It literally would be.
True. Yes.
Incredible. Incredible. Yes, please submit all those photos to KSAT Connect. We love to see them. And yes, we will probably show many of them on the air as well. We're looking forward to all of Mike's adventures wherever y'all may take him. All right, so let's get you a look at those weather headlines because we're starting to enter into a stretch of days where high pressure, our friend the Big Blue H, is really going to be in control of our weather pattern all the way through the Father's Day weekend. So that means mainly dry and hot. High temperatures now topping off near 100 degrees pretty much each afternoon. We are looking, though, at our next set of changes that look to arrive next week in the form of some tropical moisture that could work into parts of South Texas, and that could give us some slightly better rain chances as well, on top of what we've already seen out there this week. So let's go ahead and time out that setup. Right now, the catalyst behind the spotty activity that we saw yesterday, this area of low pressure continues to work eastward across the deep south. That's going to be moving away from the Lone Star State. Our attention over the next couple of days is going to be on this high pressure system. This is what's going to move over the state of Texas by Saturday and into Sunday. We're pretty much sandwiched in between these two different lobes of high pressure, but it's on the other side of the weekend. By Monday, eyes are then going to shift farther off to the south into the western Gulf of Mexico. A tropical disturbance is expected to work into that area over the warm waters. National Hurricane Center monitoring this area as well, giving it a 40% potential to maybe develop into a tropical depression. Regardless if that happens or not, what we're going to be monitoring is how far north the tropical moisture associated with this system can travel. If it stays relatively unorganized, that would be a better case scenario for us because we would start to see more of that moisture work in, and this is where rain chances stand right now as a result. So you can see dry through Father's Day. Monday will introduce a 20% potential for a few isolated showers, a 30% chance into Tuesday, and then bumping it up to a 40% potential by Wednesday and Thursday of next week. It's too early to talk specifics on exact rainfall totals, but that's going to be something to check back in on, especially through the upcoming weekend. Over an inch of rain, that's what we recorded here in San Antonio since Sunday. The rain that fell Tuesday and yesterday not included in the latest drought monitor update that was released this morning. We saw slight improvements to this pocket of extreme drought in the hill country, still dealing though with a lot of drought conditions along and west of I-35. So we'll definitely take what we can get and cross our fingers for some better rain chances next week. Until then, it's going to be a hot one tomorrow. Mostly sunny skies by 7 a.m., 77 degrees, pushing 90 already for any lunchtime plans. There's that high temperature topping off right around 98, feeling closer to 101 to 105, nearing the triple-digit mark in terms of our air temperatures on Sunday. For your Father's Day, treat Dad to some pool time. And then after that, we'll be monitoring for those chances for rain to return next week and temperatures potentially cooling down a bit as a result. So let's go ahead and head outside though for the time being. Check it outside with live cam, 88 degrees, still have that humidity in place, clear skies. That's going to be the case for the next several days, guys.
Thank you, Mia.
All right, we are so close. The Brahmas so close to winning that big championship.
Only one win they need, and they are especially motivated because they know how badly everyone here in San Antonio loves football and wants an NFL team. Just one win away. So close. All right, and we are talking about how Kyrie's previous stint in Boston has hurt the Mavs, and McIlroy and Cantlay lead the U.S. Open after round one. Stay with us.
It'd be really special to bring San Antonio their first championship in football, and we're the team to do it. We have the opportunity right now, and we're going to put everything we can into it to do that for our fans and for San Antonio. Go Brahmas.
It would be the first for the Alamo City and first for Wade Phillips as a head coach coming up in big board sports. But first, round one of the 124th U.S. Open at Pinehurst #2 is in the books. Rory McIlroy and Patrick Cantlay are tied for the lead. McIlroy showed tremendous control on a course that demands precision. He was bogey-free for a 65, and in the morning, Cantlay had 6 birdies in his round of 65. They hold the lead, one shot over Sweden's Ludvig Åberg. Bryson DeChambeau powered his way to a 67 and is tied for third with Mathieu Pavon of France. Kyrie Irving put up 35 points in Game 3 of the NBA Finals, but it still wasn't enough for the Mavericks to overcome Boston, now 0-3 down to the Celtics on the cusp of banner 18. There are still a few players on the current Celtics roster that Irving played with in Boston before he left the team as a free agent in 2019. He's also had plenty of run-ins with the team since, and we've certainly seen Boston's familiarity with Irving's game and how it's impacted this series, limiting the veteran guard to a total of 28 points in games 1 and 2. Every step of the way has been a learning experience for the Mavs.
These guys on that Boston squad know my game as well. They know it well. So they've been able to scheme for me for the past few years, going out there and competing with the best of the best, going against Drew and Jalen and JT, and seeing their ability to cover up some of their mistakes or, trust each other to make the right plays on the defensive end has shown me what I have to continue to work on and also learn how to think the game in a better way.
It's never been done before, a team overcoming an 0-3 deficit in the NBA playoffs. Only 4 have even forced a Game 7. Now, tip-off is tomorrow night at 7:30, and you can watch it right here on KSAT 12. The countdown to the UFL Championship is on. On one side, you have the 2-time USFL champion Birmingham Stallions. And on the other side, you have the San Antonio Brahmas, who have gutted out big wins all season. Hungry to win a title also, and not only for their legendary head coach, Wade Phillips, but also the entire city of San Antonio. South Texas's Savion Patton knows firsthand what a win would mean for this city.
The city of San Antonio, they've been wanting the football team there for a long time. And I can remember when I was a kid, whenever, I think it was the Saints, when Hurricane Katrina came through and they practiced at the Alamo Dome. They did camp and everything there, I think. And they had fans coming out like that was their team. I even think they petitioned to have a team down there, if I'm mistaken. And I think the Cowboys did at some point in time too. So I think that the San Antonio people and the people of South Texas have been wanting a team in that area. And I think they deserve one. Now we're bringing them one, and we're going to bring a championship home to them, too, this weekend.
Love it. All right, it's a 4 o'clock kickoff on Sunday. We'll have a full recap for you on Instant Replay. After the break, we're checking in with San Antonio FC. It was a beautiful day at San Antonio FC's morning practice as the club prepares for a rematch against Indy 11 this weekend. And our Nick Mantis went one-on-one with head coach Alan Marcina after practice.
Coach, you have another tough test coming up this weekend with Indy. It's going to be a different roster than you were able to have the last couple of weeks, or last time you faced them. Mm-hmm. How exciting is it for you to have a lot of guys back going into Indy knowing it's going to be another tough test?
Yeah, we're excited about the challenge. Indy have won the last 7 games. What a great opportunity we have to turn things around going against arguably the best team in the league. Yes, our last 7 games we've had 7 different rosters. This will be the 8th game with the 8th different roster. But we're excited by the challenge, and our guys have an incredibly strong mentality.
How has that motivated you or kept your spirits up, knowing that struggles that you guys have gone through has got to made this team a little bit more mentally strong, and that can only just breed more mental toughness? Yeah,
the adversity fuels our fire, and guys have embraced adversity. We don't shy away from it. They're using it as motivation, and the guys are putting their best foot forward, and they fight. Every game they fight to the last minute, and hopefully that's enough to earn 3 points away against one of the best teams in the league.
Well, Coach, best of luck this weekend.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Mary, back to you.
Hey, nice. Love that. Thank you, Coach. Love it.
Best hair in the league right there, Coach Marcina.
Oh, yeah, it's always exactly in place, perfectly to the side. Goals.
Awesome. It never gets in his way. Yeah. We'll be right back. Thank you so much for staying up with us tonight.
See you tomorrow.